Welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, the last edition of Monday Night Raw before Clash at the Castle, our next PLE. We're starting off strong tonight with Bianca Belair taking on Ivy Nile. Then we've got the makeshift tag team of Bronson Reed and Austin Theory taking on Angel and Berto of Los Garza. Nia Jax goes one-on-one with Mi Chin ahead of her Falls Count Anywhere match at Clash at the Castle. Julius Creed, embattled with American Made, takes on AJ Styles, who's been embattled with the faction as of late. And in our main event, LA Knight will need to find a tag team partner as he takes on Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser Imperium. Let's start our show off with a bang. Belair and Nile. Last week on Monday Night Raw, this woman confronted the Women's World Champion Tiffany Stratton after her match with Bayley, and now, tonight, Bianca Belair looks to prove that she deserves to be next in line for that championship around Tiffany Stratton's waist. She takes on a formidable competitor here, came to the general manager, asked, hey, I want a match. I want to prove that I deserve to be the #1 contender for the Women's World title. Bianca Belair now tonight has the opportunity to do exactly that, but it will have to be at the expense of this woman. American Made's Ivy Nile has a big victory over Alexa Bliss under her belt recently. Nile now looking to make the next step, possibly contend for that Women's World title herself. Big win here over one of the division's top stars, and Bianca Belair could do wonders for this woman's career, but that isn't to say it'll be easy. Bianca Belair, very game, very tough competitor even on a bad night, and something tells me tonight will not be a bad night for Bianca Belair as the bell rings. Belair going right for Ivy Nile, big takedown, tackle, and Belair with a big moonsault right off the bat. Could go for the cover here, right? Already a 1 count from Ivy Nile. She gets up though. Belair looking to prove that she is not here for a long time. She's not paid by the hour, so to speak, as these two are going to lock up now, slowing the pace down is Ivy Nile. And Ivy Nile taking control of Bianca Belair. Two of the strongest, arguably, in Raw's women's division, as Belair just takes the leg out from under her. Both these women looking to be Tiffany Stratton's first real contender for that Women's World title. Of course, Belair unfortunately lost in the opportunity to get that title in the first place, defeated her and Charlotte Flair. Did Stratton. As nice roll-up attempt there by Ivy Nile did not quite pay off. But Nile now gonna be in the driver's seat for a little bit here. Imagine what a victory for Ivy Nile would do for her career, for American Made as a whole. Gotta thank Chad Gable watching backstage, gotta be pretty proud. Of course, he's prepping Julius Creed for his match with AJ Styles later, which is why no members of American Made are out here tonight. But they believe that Ivy Nile can get it done all on her own, and my goodness, she's certainly proving that thus far. These two are going to lock up again. Evenly paced contest, as Belair now has the advantage over Nile. Referee's going to break it up, both women with a clean split. Right in the corner goes Nile, though. Belair is going to rebound the other corner, but no, Ivy has it scouted. Nile possibly looking to go after Tiffany Stratton, maybe go after Nia Jax or Lyra Valkyria, winner of that Falls Count Anywhere match at Clash at the Castle this Saturday. One of those women will walk away with the Intercontinental title for the women, as Nile just sends Belair to the outside. Surprising effort here, and I mean, nothing to take away from a competitor like Ivy Nile, who's just going to slip outside, but Bianca Belair, someone you'd expect to be driven, motivated, to already want this match wrapped up, at least by the way she was performing in the start of it. Huge STO. Takes the EST down. Nile's going to go for the cover now. No. Belair not going to let that slide. Ivy Nile has an opportunity of a lifetime right now. Could possibly really cement herself as one of the unsung stars of the division. Big elbow drop. Somehow she had the distance, but Belair was able to escape it. She's now going to counter the Irish whip. She dives under. Leapfrogs, just shoulder tackle, takes down Ivy Nile. Now Belair is going to lock in a half crab. Nile might be a little too close to the ropes for that to matter. She pulls her leg out from under her. Submission specialist is Ivy Nile, very technical wrestler, but she has that power. She is possibly one of the few women in the Raw Women's division I mean, discounting maybe Nia Jax as she gets the knees up on the moonsault. Sorry, shooting star. They can go really pound for pound with strength for Belair. As Niall is going to go positive. Could have been a Michinoku driver there. Belair got out under it. Lift Niall into fire's carry there. That's the problem with Ivy Nile. Sure, she has all that strength, but she's far from the heaviest woman in the division. She is on the smaller side. But allowing Belair to really just manhandle her when need be. As Bianca, she's going to take some time to recover. Possibly underestimated Niall a little bit as she sends her to the outside. Was maybe looking past her, looking directly towards Tiffany Stratton more than anything. So it's going to be a big springboard to the outside. Takes down Niall, but if she was overlooking Ivy Nile before, she most certainly is not now, as that's going to be a running power slam to the outside. Niall keeps right back up, though. But Belair, oh my goodness, sends her abdomen first right into those steel steps. That can't feel good, as Bianca going to pull out all the stops. Huge elbow drop on the outside. My goodness. She's now going to send... No, Niall is going to counter there. Back and forth contest this has been. What an opener to Monday Night Raw. Big clothesline from Ivy Nile. Back and forth here, just proving how strong the Raw Women's Division is. If I'm Tiffany Stratton or Nia Jax, I am clutching my title a little tighter watching this contest as Nile goes up top now. Turnabout's fair play, a splash, and she misses, but it does reset the count. Good news for both of these women here. Belair now has her up, pump handle. Oh, gutbuster there. Going on the abdomen of Ivy Nile. Interesting strategy here, of course, if she can't really properly use that abdomen, that doesn't allow her to extend as well. Can't get that full range of motion. And Nile, not going to let it affect her too much, at least on the outside, as it's a count of 5 again. These two need to get back in the ring, but Nile is just going to work on the leg of Bianca Belair. Maybe just wants to send a message at this point. Hurt one of the division's top stars, would certainly put her name out there. But no, Ivy Nile playing smart about this. She's going to get back in the ring, as does Belair forcibly. But Ivy has her scouted. Bianca Belair could be in trouble here. As, whoa, oh, she's got that locked in. It's like a reverse guillotine. The hand around the back, but Belair just barely gets out of it. That could have been all. Bianca Belair, though, just a little too powerful, not going to tap out like that. Her determination a little too strong to get back to that main event spot. Bianca now, she's going to stomp in to the chest of Ivy Nile. Belair now scouting her opponent. She's going to go up to the middle rope. Stalking Nile as she gets back up. Double axe handle. No, Ivy counters. Gets out of it. Ivy Nile is controlled, I would say, the majority of this match. Really impressive performance here as she kicks the referee. Referee maybe got in the way a little bit. Got a little bit of a problem throughout Universe Mode. The referee is either getting in the way or blocking the camera or getting a little too slow to get in the count. But Ivy Nile is not going to let that slow her down. She is locked in here. Looking to take down Bianca Belair. Now has her in the middle of the ring. What could Nile be looking for here? Nile scouting Belair. What in the world is this? Whoa, what is this? Oh, it's a submission like a torture rack. The arm around the chest, but no, Belair. Or maybe Nile let her go. Didn't really look like Belair got out of it as much as Ivy Nile. Maybe her hubris taking over a little bit, just wants to inflict more punishment on Bianca Belair. But Ivy Nile, win or lose at this point, has proven herself a worthy competitor. Definitely could see some title matches in her future with a performance such as this. And she's got Belair, big gut wrench suplex now. Bianca's right back up though. Oh, she jumped right back up into a KOD. That could be all she wrote for Ivy Nile. 1, 2. No, Ivy Nile kicked out. I was ready to say thanks for coming, but Ivy Nile is not done yet. KOD out of nowhere, as out of nowhere as a move like that can be. But Ivy Nile, splash there from Belair, crossbody I should say, and a leg drop. And she's gonna go into the cover like that. Shades of Hulk Hogan too. No, Ivy Nile kicks out despite the leg across the throat. I mean, if you're Bianca Belair, are you reeling a little bit right now? Doesn't seem so. She's gonna lock in a bow and arrow. But Ivy Nile, you've thrown your best shot at her and she's gotten out. Lateral press, no, Belair kicks out. Gets out of the bow and arrow now. And she's really combating every last move. Wasteland! Maybe sucking up to the GM a little bit. As Nile is gonna lock in another. No! Was going perhaps for that reverse gear, that dragon sleeper. KOD, a second one. Will this put Ivy Nile away? 1, 2. Valiant effort, but Bianca Belair gets the victory. And here comes Tiffany Stratton reversing the momentum from last week. Stratton is just gonna sit there on the ramp, letting Belair work herself up. My goodness, what an opening to Raw as we move on. Tiffany Stratton in the head of Bianca Belair. We've got no time to digest that incredible opening match between Nile and Belair, as we've got two teams who have been embroiled in a hell of a rivalry as of late. The Street Profits and the War Raiders are brawling backstage, just ruthlessly taking each other out. Powerbomb off of the boxes to Eric, and the Profits are in control here in this really just backstage brawl here. All chaos ensuing here on Monday Night Raw. Don't even have any time to really engage in what that incredible first contest was, as these two teams over the last few weeks have just been in a blood feud. Ford and Eric off the screen now. Ivar and Dawkins going at it. But of course, a couple weeks back, the War Raiders gained the tag team championships, the World Tag Team Championship from the Street Profits, who had a 2-day reign with those titles after winning them via countout at Backlash. And now these two teams hell-bent on tearing each other to shreds. I don't even know if this is about the tag team championships anymore. But the War Raiders, the tag team champions, the Profits, of course the former champions, the I guess now challengers looking to be, as Angelo Dawkins has a shovel. Ivar avoids certain doom, but Dawkins takes it down anyways. You can see Ford and Eric in the background there, but Ivar now looks to take control over Angelo Dawkins. Big neck breaker there on the outside. What a chaotic edition of Monday Night Raw this has been thus far, as Ivar lifts Dawkins up for a power bomb and is just gonna do so onto those boxes. Ouch. My goodness. I mean, where is security in this situation? Where is our general manager to restore some sort of order? As Ivar has a baseball bat now, bludgeoning Angelo Dawkins with that bat. But Dawkins is able to somehow recover. Big German suplex takedown. He's doing wrestling moves on him. This is a fight. But Angelo Dawkins very confident in himself. As you can see, I believe Eric is just manhandling Montez Ford, as now Eric has the shovel. And if I'm Ford and Dawkins, I'm watching out. Dawkins doesn't seem to notice, but he just got hit with a shovel for his troubles right upside the head. And Ford is gonna tell Ivar, suck it, despite, Ivar barreling towards him. Big roundhouse, or not even a roundhouse, a spinning heel kick. And another one for Dawkins' troubles. Eric gonna rejoin the fray. These two teams pair off again. What a vitriolic battle this has been over the last few weeks. Going on a month, really, ever since these two teams were determined to be the first challengers for the World Tag titles. Is Eric just gonna watch his partner get powerbombed onto pallets? Strange strategy there, but if it works, it works. Maybe Eric feeling the effects of some of those weapon shots now, as all four men back up on the boxes and the pallets. Chaotic stuff here as Ford is able to lift. Oh, Ivar, and another wasteland. Maybe Wade Barrett's making that mandatory tonight. Profits now getting in the driver's seat of this match, as Eric just sent off of the crates and off screen. Ford and Ivar now, as Ford lifts the big man up. Big power slam, body slam I should say. Back and forth brawl this has been, as Ivar, 300 something pounds, tumbling off of that, you gotta imagine, what, 3.5, 4 foot of boxes. But, oh my god, Montez Ford demonstrating insane strength here. Just picking up Ivar like he's nothing, as these two might be looking to get the table. Or some chairs. Montez Ford, no, thinks twice. Maybe a little bit of a lapse of judgment there. I mean, if you're in a brawl, use your implements. Use them as best as you can. These two teams pair off again. I mean, I cannot believe we haven't restored any sort of order here as Ford lifts Eric up. Ivar is going to stop that. Possibly Eric was about to go through the table here, but now Ivar has a traffic cone, and he's going to use that on Dawkins. And oh no, lifts him up. Back suplex, atomic drop right where the sun don't shine. That can't feel good for Angelo Dawkins. As Ivar takes control, Montez Ford has the table though, just smacks Ivar in the face with it. We have no order here on Monday Night Raw. No security, I guess, really tapped into this. Stunning, or maybe this is the GM's way of letting these two teams just fight it out. I guess. Oh, I believe Ford just took a big crash there as Dawkins gonna send Ivar packing. And now we only get to see Ivar. Dawkins left. Ivar now gonna get back into the fight. Dawkins the only other man standing. Oh my god, huge diving headbutt almost. As Ford and Eric get back to their feet. Oh my god! But that's gonna be a Samoa driver to Dawkins. And now a leg lariat to Montez Ford and a splash. When will this chaos end? My goodness. These two teams are just hell-bent on destroying each other and really destroying their biggest opposition in the tag division, I would say, as... Don't tell me. No, no, no. Ivar is climbing, and I do not like the look of it. I do not like the look of it at all. He is up on that ledge. Thank God he thinks twice about it. But I'm not sure if this not even a match, it's a brawl, an all-out war will ever end between these two teams. Oh my god, that might do it though, running power slam. But Dawkins, huge butterfly neck breaker to Ivar. And then Eric gets the big fireman's carry. Dawkins fights out of it. Goodness gracious, these two teams are just relentless as the Profits maintain control. I mean, I think that our team is telling us we don't have this much time to entertain this fight. Let's see what Angelo Dawkins or Montez Ford has planned here. Gonna be a big chop, just a strike combination. Ivar is done. He has to be done after that. And another one, Montez Ford just takes the War Raiders out, incapacitates Ivar. Just a hellacious battle in the back, as, I mean, I guess hard to move on to the rest of our show like that. But what a fight. From an incredible opening contest and an all-out war, no pun intended, between the War Raiders and the Street Profits. Before our next contest and more tag action, we have a post from our general manager, Wade Barrett, who was unable to restore order backstage during that brawl. He says, "Raiders, Profits, I've had enough of your chaos. At Clash at the Castle, Eric and Ivar will defend their titles against Dawkins and Ford once and for all. Whoever loses can't challenge for the titles as long as the winners hold them." General manager laying down the law. He is sick of these two teams at each other's throats, but we need to focus on two different teams. The makeshift team of Bronson Reed and Austin Theory picked up a victory over the LWO recently. They now take on Los Garza. Let's see if they can make it 2 in a row, and they certainly do. Bronson Reed and Austin Theory having a little bit of chemistry, perhaps, in this new sort of makeshift alliance. We'll see what they can do in the future. I mean, now knowing that one of the two top teams in the division won't be able to challenge for the foreseeable future, that's got to make these guys excited. Nia Jax, Women's Intercontinental Champion, takes on Michin as she prepares for her Falls Count Anywhere bout against Lyra Valkyria at Clash at the Castle. Let's see. And Nia Jax predictably takes out Michin with the Annihilator. Lyra Valkyria has a mountain to climb this Saturday. We'll see if she can do it. Julius Creed takes on AJ Styles in our penultimate match for the night. Styles has been feuding with American Made, and he picks up a victory over Julius Creed. Big win for AJ Styles. Chad Gable can't be too happy about that, nor the loss from Ivy Nile earlier on in the night. And it is time for our main event. These two men, Gunther and LA Knight, will do battle at Clash at the Castle. Winner is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title. But LA Knight, tonight, he needs to find a partner. Let's see if he can do so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the matter is highly. What you're about to witness is dignified deformation executed by unprecedented precision. A diabolical athlete who will stop at nothing to uphold the integrity and honor of this great sport. Der Ringgeneral, Gunther!
Wow, Ludwig Kaiser talks a lot, but the accolades are well earned from this man, the Ring General. I believe making his first appearance here in Universe Mode. First match we've seen of him personally, and Gunther looks to make it a good one. He will move to the World Heavyweight Championship #1 contendership against LA Knight. Those two have had somewhat of a disagreement as of late. Last week, Gunther called LA Knight a stone cold wannabe. We will see if Gunther can back those up in the ring both tonight and Saturday at Clash at the Castle, looking to become the #1 contender to Kevin Owens' championship. But we will find out if LA Knight has found himself a partner, and it certainly seems that he has. Universe Mode, welcome to Ilya Dragunov. Wow. LA Knight has dug deep in the history books. Someone who, historically, in another world, Gunther has had many, many problems with. And here comes the Mad Dragon, looking to make an impact here in Universe Mode. I'm sure we will be seeing plenty of him, but what a first impression for Dragunov, as he will team up with this man. I mean, you gotta think some selflessness on Ilya Dragunov's part, really. I mean, Kaiser, of course, he's good friends with Gunther, but Jesus, my God, Ilya Dragunov has no real connection to LA Knight other than he's a hater. He hates Gunther. He does not want to see that man win, and I guess maybe LA Knight promised him, hey, if I get this title, you'll get an opportunity. But here's LA Knight, another man who I believe we're seeing the in-ring debut of, or at least personally the in-ring debut of, Knight. Looking to make a good impression ahead of this Saturday. Those two have a mountain ahead of them. Dragunov and Gunther will start. What a star-studded main event this is, as Dragunov strikes first. Ilya looking to make a big splash here, possibly looking to get himself noticed in the eyes of the general manager. Accepting this spot as LA Knight's tag partner. Quick way to get himself into the main event. Quick way to get himself into the conversation. But Gunther is manhandling him. Dragunov gonna send him against the ropes. Big back body drop. Back body drop to the man the size of Gunther. Very impressive, no matter who you are. Ilya now measuring Gunther. Big! Goodness gracious, knee strike there. Ilya now is going to go up to the top. Precarious position here is Gunther. Big senton from the Mad Dragon. He's going to go right into the cover. Kaiser not comfortable with that. He's going to break it right up. A little bit of an insurance policy for Gunther. Gotta imagine he'll be bringing him overseas at Clash at the Castle. I mean, one of the two men in this match, Gunther or LA Knight, will be Kevin Owens' challenger at Money in the Bank. That is going to be a big match, regardless of who wins, as Gunther is just going to stretch the body of Ilya Dragunov out. My God, just washing the Mad Dragon as Kaiser is gonna just play a little errand boy and get. No, I thought we were gonna get Dragunov back into the ring, but Ludwig just looking to inflict more damage as Gunther now goes for his opponent on Saturday. LA Knight gonna let his henchman take care of the legal man. LA Knight and Gunther now. Gunther now should be resetting the count there. Going outside, Dragunov back in the ring, and Knight sends Gunther back in the ring. A quick reset for the match. What a chaotic bout this has been. Really chaotic episode of Monday Night Raw in general. You got, of course, Ivy Nile giving Bianca Belair the fight of her life. Tiffany Stratton giving Belair some mind games after the match, and then that chaotic, insane brawl between the War Raiders and Street Profits. We will see those guys fight at Clash at the Castle as Knight and Kaiser come in. Gotta think LA Knight a little upset, maybe, that he didn't get his hands formally on the ring general. But Kaiser, maybe a good consolation prize. If you beat up his henchman, maybe you'll get your hands on the ring general. But Kaiser is surprisingly on the upper hand here, has the upper hand here. Just taking down LA Knight, and thought he was gonna go for the tag there. Knight playing a little bit of possum as Kaiser is gonna roll out. LA Knight's jaw-jacking. Unfortunate result for him as Gunther's flying, he's levitating, my God. Good luck LA Knight, Gunther's magic. As Kaiser fetches Knight back up, and he's gonna send him into the Imperium corner. In comes the ring general to pick the scraps of LA Knight. My goodness, what a card. Clash at the Castle is expected to be. We will have the full release of the card after the next SmackDown, so stay tuned for that. It's a big boot from Gunther, and no, he's not going to let Knight tag Dragunov back in. Ilya, someone who perhaps has his number, of course, that's all in a different non-canon universe, but gotta think the ring general might be a little antsy. I mean, they didn't know who Knight's tag partner would be going into this match, so they're less prepared. Big back suplex on the apron. The small of the back of Knight just has to be feeling that one. As, oh my God, Gunther's tailbone has to be feeling that. Knight moves out of the way as he's gonna send Gunther into the apron. Turnabout's fair play. Knight now looking to get his opponent for Saturday back in the ring. Really, these guys shouldn't be wanting to expend any energy, as little as possible, but they're just hell-bent on tearing each other apart. But just as I say that, LA Knight, smart move, tagging Dragunov back in. And Ilya, he's fired up. Imagine what a pinfall victory for Ilya Dragunov over Gunther could do, but scratch that powerbomb. Folds Dragunov over himself. 1, 2. No, LA Knight just barely gets the count broken up, takes the ref out with it. But imagine, I guess now that the match is saved, what a pinfall victory or submission victory, what a victory in general over Gunther would do for his trajectory, for his career. He, of course, Money in the Bank coming up. You gotta think that'd get him a cushy qualifying match as Dragunov now busted open and the day ends in Y. My goodness. Kaiser back in now. Gunther doesn't want to exert any energy. He wants to save his stamina, save his well-being for Saturday, the match that matters. As Kaiser's just gonna choke Dragunov in the corner there, and surprised the referee didn't get an eye on that. As Gunther back in the ring now. Dragunov is back up though. They both miss. I think Dragunov was going for Torpedo Moscow though. Did not connect. There it is! Torpedo Moscow! That could be it. That could be it. 1. No. Ludwig Kaiser just saves the match for his counterpart. But Dragunov is not going to stop the fight. He's going to go up to the middle rope. Big senton. That moveset of Ilya Dragunov so diverse as Gunther is going to avoid that elbow drop. Big shotgun drop kick. Sends Dragunov back, and in comes Ludwig Kaiser. In comes LA Knight. And Kaiser begins a whoa, sort of a head scissors Hurricane Rana there from Ludwig Kaiser. Didn't know he had that in his bag. Okay, understood. Ludwig Kaiser misses the mark a little, but it's okay. He tried. Knight is fired up. Fired up. He just wants to just release all that anger, possibly save some for Clash at the Castle, but he's going for Ludwig Kaiser right now. And that is a BFT. That's a BFT. That could be all she wrote. One. No, Gunther saves his friend in Ludwig Kaiser. Definitely saves the match. You got to imagine that would have been wraps for Imperium if Kaiser was unable to get the pin broken up. As these two now, Dragunov and Knight, are going to have a little bit of a tag move. Big back body drop, double back body drop to Kaiser. These two working together despite really never being a team. I mean, they could have been talking all week. All weekend, this match had been announced as Gunther and Kaiser, just gonna work together. Big back suplex from the ring general. What a tag contest this has been thus far. I mean, if Gunther does not win on Saturday, tag division is calling for him, then misses the splash, and now deadlift back suplex right onto the neck of the ring general. Like I said, tag action could be calling these two. Very formidable unit as Dragunov is going to send Gunther into the corner. They're going to tag again. What could this be? Mirroring Imperium's tag moves. I mean, this match already just shows you who Ilya Dragunov is as a competitor. He is willing to bleed for a man who he really doesn't know this well. Big spinning power slam. So that's going to be a cover. No, my God. Kaiser flies in before the count even starts. But Ilya Dragunov willing to bleed just to get in the ring. I mean, this match really, in the grand scheme of things, he doesn't benefit from this other than he gets to fight. He gets a main event shot and he gets to fight. Back body drop to the ring general. Now, a knee drop. These guys all just tearing each other apart. I mean, we saw this. Whoa, Dragunov. Power bomb. Just a jackknife to Gunther. 1, 2. No. Gunther barely kicks out. That could have been it. Just the strength of Dragunov to just slam Gunther down with a powerbomb like that. But what a fighter this man is. Ripcord. Oh my God, Rainmaker. He's just got that in his bag. Dragunov, such a warrior. He's going to go up top now. Really just giving himself a hell of a first impression here in Universe Mode. Showing you what he's all about. Big splash. He does this for the love of the game. That's going to be a cover. 1, 2. No. Gunther kicks out. I mean, we talked about what a win over Gunther specifically would do for Dragunov. What would a loss to a guy he's not even fighting do to Gunther? I mean, taking a loss to LA Knight is unfortunate, but whatever. You have your chance to get your lick back on him on Saturday, but Dragunov is not scheduled to fight. Gunther will just have to live with knowing that he lost to someone who really he had no familiarity with. He's not in a rivalry actively with Dragunov, but he lost. I mean, what would that do to the ring general's psyche? Someone who's used to being so dominant, so unbeatable, as Kaiser is gonna maybe lock in a figure 4 here. Oh my God, looking to take out the knees of Dragunov as these two now. Gunther is gonna fight with LA Knight on the outside again. Shades of earlier on in the match as Knight just drops him on his back. Ooh, I don't like the way Gunther's hand is there. But Dragunov is running. Whoa, I thought we could have been seeing a Mega Torpedo Moscow though, but no. 5 count. These guys gotta hurry, get back in the ring. 6 now. Referee's counting a little fast. Double underhook. Just lifting him. Is he gonna lift him the whole damn 10 count? Sends him back down as Gunther gets back in the ring. That's gonna be a count out. What a way to end Monday Night Raw. Imperium. Maybe, I mean, God, they don't really care. A win is a win. Just end the suffering. Gunther wants to stay fresh. That is something we saw last month going into Backlash. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn similarly in a tag match, and both of them were visibly worn down. The match only went 5 or 6 minutes at Backlash. Gunther wanting to avoid the same, but what a contest. What a first impression from the Mad Dragon, despite it being a losing effort. Here are Imperium, your winners by default, getting that count-out win. Maybe a sour taste left in the mouth of the fans, but momentum is momentum, and these two move on. Gunther takes on LA Knight at Clash at the Castle. #1 contendership on the line. What an eventful edition of Monday Night Raw. Tune in next time for NXT, and thank you for watching.